Amy and Brad meet up with a gun-carrying ex-nun. Jonas and Dr. Fanning, they got real beef. And Carter's turning into a viral. Stay with us.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What I'm talking about right here. Come on, champ. This is the theme of the show right here. We don't want no problems, you know?
None. Especially with no virus.
No, we don't. This is how we get things started, people.
It's a party in here.
Yes, indeed. Hey, AfterBuzzers, thank you for joining us again. We are here talking Season 1, Episode 2 of The Passage. You owe me a unicorn.
Yes. You owe me a unicorn.
Why are you looking?
Amy made it very clear. You owe me a unicorn. So that's how we doing things. Before we get started, though, let me introduce my illustrious panel.
Ooh.
Starting to my left here with
your girl Shawna. Oh, how y'all doing? Welcome to The Passage. I'm excited.
Yes. Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's your girl, Jackie Ray.
Hey, this is Cherry, and I'm ready to get my bite on with you.
Okay, see, there we go. That's how it's going to be the rest of the night.
That's how this is going to go, people. And I'm your host, Tenere Williams, putting it down. Now, besides the show, just to let you guys know, upcoming segments we have later on, we got our news and gossip. We got Good Bite, Bad Bite, which we'll tell you guys about in a little bit. And we got Keeping It Real, Passage Style.
That's right.
So stay tuned for that. But first, let's talk about this episode. Overall thoughts.
Overall thoughts, I was satisfied. I enjoyed it. I literally stood up from beginning to end. That's how I am with scary movies, honey. I need to pace. I need to be like, oh. So it definitely satisfied me. How about you, love?
I loved it. I mean, I am definitely on pace to stay with this show. And every week it's like, ooh, it just grows. I love the bond between our two main characters. And I also love the growing sensation that is Mr. Anthony Carter.
Here we go.
Okay.
I just want y'all to know that.
He is one sexy chocolate.
Yum.
I love the show too. Every week, Amy and Brad's relationship is growing so much, and she's learning that she can depend on someone. And those virals have me so scared.
Very much so. They keep getting more real. I mean, we're only in the second episode,
right?
But they just keep getting more
They're
real.
growing rapidly.
The one thing I also love about this, I mean, they just always keep the action going, or the something, whether it's with Amy and Brad being on the run, or something you're just like, oh, kind of tense the whole time. So I appreciate it, So you writers, keep it up. I hope you got some, good stuff for us. So let's get cracking with things. First topic, we start with Amy and Brad on the run.
On the run
tour.
I mean, this was like you said, in terms of keeping the action going. Kind of tell me what you thought about as they started on this, with the school bus.
School bus, okay, as a parent, let me just tell you this. Those ladies were more interested in Brad than they were interested in checking that roster.
And they should be.
Talking about, I forgot. Girl,
he
forgot everything. He forgot the backpack. He forgot the lunch, everything. I would be looking like, okay, I know you're a single dad, but are you okay? You look shocked.
He's a disorganized single dad, which means he's weak.
Oh, right.
Torn from the herd, which means you can just go in and just grab him.
Hence the line, oh, it's just the two of you, and they were giving eyes.
I'm not mad, lady. Shoot your shot. Shoot. This is 2019. Shoot your shot.
But did you notice how Amy kind of played her role? He's
did.
like, can you play along? She got in there what did he say? She ran off with the trainer, all this stuff. I was like,
he's got a YouTube page.
He was looking like you doing the most now.
And he's 27.
My mom used to always say she could tell when I was lying because I added too many details. So this would be too many details.
But she got it going. They get on the bus, lets him in. They start going, they get on the run. Have a little episode where he kind of passes out, because it was, and that was kind of a real moment in the, because you could see a little bit of fear in Amy's eyes as we were kind of going along, and she kind of had that, made the call to Lila.
Smart call, by the way. I wanted to jump in with someone from the live chat. First of all, shouts out to y'all because y'all was in the live chat before we went live, so won't he do it? Y'all getting it. Mopic312 says, Amy is white. I'm saying it like that because that's how I read it. so Amy is white. Bradley is close to the character, but Lacey is supposed to be a nun, which she did say that. She said that she was not only in the Navy as special ops, she used to be a nun. So that a gun-toting nun, you know, that's kind of dope. But I still love Amy in that moment that she had on the side of the road where she was like, "Look, I think he's dead."
Right.
But I love that, though. First of all, I love that she chose to call Lila. We know that she's an ally. She was super smart the last time. And trust me, Amy pays attention to everything. So she heard and she saw. Yeah. Even going as to give a dig, like, you got a friend in Wisconsin. Well, Lila seems fine. You know, so you can tell she wants those two back together. But I loved what happened. Just having a medical background, to hear about that sternal rub, that's something that you can do if someone is passed out or if they're unconscious and you want to know if they're alive, you don't know if they're breathing. You can rub your knuckles in the middle of their chest firmly and just really quick for a few seconds, and that person will definitely give you a reaction. So
that registered for you.
That registered for me, and I thought that was so cool that they just threw that in, and it's something that I feel you can do to stimulate, to assess someone's health. And you could learn from a TV show. Why not?
Passage, saving lives.
Right. Passage, okay?
That's what I'm talking about. Now, as we moved on, we meet Lacey tonight. As we just mentioned,
Lacey.
I mean, man, when she busted out the door with the gun, I was like, oh, look, like she was just like real black woman coming through. But not only coming through, like when we get in the house, just guns on the wall. Like, I'm for real. Like, she is the one like you don't want to play with. Like,
guns on the wall and music playing.
My goodness.
Oh, and let's not forget the gun underneath the table in the kitchen.
Right.
Which means there's probably a gun underneath the table in the living room, underneath the table in the bedroom. Under the toilet.
She's not the one.
Girl is strapped.
She's not the one. She even has bells around the house to make sure, or was it alarms to make sure? And I love how they came in like, he's like, put your hands up. It was, to me, an homage to the hands up, don't shoot movement. You know, you have to let people know I am unarmed and I am here to serve. Any questions? Because you're the one with the guns.
Right.
So I like that.
Can I just say...
She calls him Bradley.
She calls him Bradley. And more importantly... Now we know why Brad is so comfortable around black people.
Because you got to be comfortable around her. You can't be timid around. No.
I mean,
not around Lacey.
Even the way she talked to him, you know, like, Bradley, tell me what, you know, it was almost like that, like, just direct right to it. Like, you know, like, you know what, you don't play no games with Miss Lacey.
She was a nun.
That's what...
But you know, for those of us who had a brief moment in Catholic school, it don't seem that far off. Sometimes I'm Catholic. Sometimes I've had, you know, back in the days when the rulers was a thing, you know. I'm just saying.
Now here's the thing. So Lacey meets Brad and Amy, and then you kind of see a little bit of the softening on Amy's. I mean, you know, Lacey comes out with the hard side, but then, you know, she sees the girl and is like, oh, okay. You know, it's like we have the little scene with them in the gardening. And, you know, I thought that was real nice just because, I don't know, on a couple levels for me, it was nice, you know, because it was, Amy's been with Brad, you know, coming along, but then she comes with like, kind of the black motherly figure, you know, or she's kind of like, I don't know if that reminded her of mom or just kind of maybe put her into a little bit of a, you know, comfort zone or whatever, you know, because you could see when she was in the kitchen doing stuff and it was like, all right, Amy, now we are going to do, you know, and she was like, okay, you know, type thing. So I don't know, that was like a nice, real warm moment.
I agree. I love that. It's like come into grandmama's bosom.
Right.
Or auntie's bosom or something like that.
That's who she reminds me of.
I felt that she felt that too. She immediately trusted her. And then just going off of her new daddy and the fact that he trusted her so much, I think she kind of like looked at him and took that as an assessment and was like, okay, well, let me let my guard down too. So I really did like that too.
I loved it. I just every move they make, it's like one step closer to a stronger bond. And you know, it kind of pays homage to a theme that we've seen reoccurring a lot in modern times, that kids really need two parents. And even if you don't have that significant other, which shouts out to the scene with the significant other, but we'll get to that. You still need that female role model, you know what I mean? So, and we've seen her smile for the first time when she rubs her hand on him, and then there was that moment in the car when she was like, I'm gonna turn away, but I'm gonna smile. That was like the first sincere note of happiness we've seen in her, at least I think, since this whole thing started. And it was just really cool to have her moment of, even though it was like 5 minutes, of this is my family, you know, before people started shooting.
Right. She's like, back to reality.
Back to the bang bang shoot 'em up.
I loved it. I think I totally agree with you. Every child needs a parental figure, whether they have two dads or two moms. They need that reassurance and that safety. And I think with Lacey being the background of being a nun as well as being a drill sergeant or teacher. She had it coming and going, and she was really able to immediately bond with her. And I think Amy needed to see some Black people. She was with that horrible, horrible, horrible woman taking care of her that was in the foster care system. Then she went to a man, and she was like, why are there men? There's a woman, what? And then she finally had like a woman, and I was like, oh, my little Grinch heart just got so big.
Right.
From the live chat is a good point. We just were talking about the modern day kind of thing. And he said, how modern day was it when the kid had no idea what the phone numbers were? Do people even know phone numbers anymore? That is so true.
That was actually a really funny, I thought a very funny point. You know, and you could just see his like, Clark was just like, what?
Like, get back on your bus.
And the
You know,
kid
get out of my face.
The kid was annoyed. Like, I don't know my sister's number. It's on speed dial.
Right,
Like,
right.
he was annoyed too. So I
Why are you asking me these questions?
That was funny.
Clark wanted to smack him so hard, but he couldn't because there were way too many adults. But he was like, if we were by ourselves,
If he was Doyle,
Right.
Doyle would have slapped him in front of
man.
everybody
He
anyway.
would have come out of his grave. Doyle. Now, another part that we see at Lacey's farm, we see Brad and Lila reunite for the first time.
This is what you've been waiting for.
this is what I wanted, you guys, and the TV gods heard me. Okay?
They were like, we're going to bring it sooner than later. Like
I love
second
how
episode.
they call her Dr. Wolgast. She still has her last name. She's still so into him. And I finally got what I wanted, you guys. The kiss. The reuniting. Him talking about, you know, his daughter's death and the fact that he felt helpless and just responsible for it. And she was finally able to be there for him like she wanted to be. It was a full circle moment for me. Just because I always wanted them together anyway. Do you guys agree? Our fifth panelist, tell us in the chat. Do you agree that they should be together? And if so, let's come up with a relationship name for them immediately.
Oh my goodness. That's where we are? Relationship name.
Is it going to be Lad or Bila?
Shipping.
Oh, here we go.
Shipping it. Shipping it.
Yes, I'm shipped, honey.
She's definitely in love though, because I know just hearing him say, you know, I couldn't be there for you. I couldn't let you be there for me. That's a very helpless moment for any woman. And so we kind of understand why she's with David. But she's made it very clear, David, you got no chance, my man.
David.
That's so horrible.
David is in the
Sorry,
car
Big Dave.
this entire time, you guys.
But-
David.
Right.
David.
And then he's, did you crack the window?
People
though?
are shooting. You're not going to get out, David?
I was like, nah.
He was like, Lila was like, way to protect me. He was like, everybody for themselves. You know, like, I can't worry about you right now. Good grief. You know, I'm sure like Brad was looking like, with him? Really? Like, I'm like the assassin. I can tell, you know, and you with this dude, David.
Brad was actually a little jealous. Did you guys hear his little undertones talking about, so what's going to happen next? You're going to have a baby with David. When is this happening? Are you already pregnant? Like,
I like the shade.
Stay out of my pants, first of all, because you're not in them.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow. Wow.
Boom.
That just happened.
By Shawna. That's how we do. Because you're not in them.
I do get a little crazy sometimes, but I know that's what Lila really wants to say.
Oh, she just knows this.
Shawna could just be the voice of like, you know,
my
like we have
gosh.
like the TV speak, but what she really saying is, and give us those undertones. I
Let us
appreciate
wonder
that.
with.
Yeah, so that's I want to see how that's gonna continue to unfold, you know, throughout these episodes or whatever, you know, people going on. But Lila, and because she's just like just the ride or die, like
The Rock.
you know, I mean, not like just outwardly like, you know, but she's just, you can just tell like, man, I got you.
She
you
showed
know,
up in the
type thing.
forest.
Yeah.
In the forest.
Right.
she is
The middle of
down.
Wisconsin, like, where else you gonna be? You know, this is all that. I was like,
Let me
man,
just
that's what
sound
I'm
this
talking
alarm
about.
and walk on
Right.
in.
I liked how it looked like she was packing up, ready to jump to Canada with them. She was ready to go.
Right.
Screw
That's what
David.
you know.
He's in the car. I ain't got. Yeah.
Right.
David's not
the
really in the
airplane?
car. We know David's not really in the car. We just kidding, y'all.
People like, he not in the.
Right.
Like,
They really are. Y'all know he's not in
No, it's
the
not.
Not in the car.
And you know, and you touched on it actually a little earlier, just in terms of kind of a little bit of the background with Brad and the daughter. I mean, we don't know exactly what happened, but he said, I watched our daughter die, you know, and so you kind of, and he said, Amy's the first thing that kind of felt right, you know, so you could just kind of see that fatherly, like tugging at the heartstrings type thing, like, man, you know how much he really
So
cares
true.
for. And just like you said, just how that relationship's going to continue to grow, because you already can tell, like they've only been together not that long, but he's already just so attached.
I wanted to
Vitamin
pick
D,
our
though.
only parent on the panel, Unless, are you a parent too?
I'm
Okay, you're two
That's
parents.
why for me, I
So,
was like,
like,
I was
have you
like-
ever had that moment where your kid gets like lost in the store or like missing for those 5 seconds where you freak out? Has that ever happened to you? And what does it feel like so we can kind of relate to what's going on?
Tell him, Tenere, because my daughter knows she best to stay close.
I haven't had the lost in the store, but I did when my daughter's 6. So when she was, I don't know, it was like before she was walking, you know, she was on the bed in the back, or I'd come up to do something in the kitchen, and you just heard a thud, like on the ground, and you're like, you know, and I think she had like rolled out the bed, or, you know, because you're thinking like, oh, she's so little, like she can't go, you know. And she did, and it was just like your heart's like, dude, like, oh my God, like she land on her head, and you just hear the crying, and you're like, what's wrong? Like, cause she can't really talk at that point, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it was terrible. So that's why I said, like,
I felt that.
when he was going through, you know, when he was saying that stuff, you know, I was just like, oh, I mean, I guess it just kind of changed. You're just kind of like, I could imagine being in that situation, you know, not that I've lost a child, but just being like how much he's, you know, drawn to her. So.
And then Lila totally has a bond with her as well. She cried when he talked about that, about the bond. I think it's going to be like a family thing because Amy already trusts her. I'm feeling their energy together.
I am too, and I think that Ivan has a good point where he says that the whole mantra of the show was, "You don't leave me, I don't leave you."
Yes, that was
Good
such
point
a good
out,
line.
Ivan.
So-
Yeah.
Such a good line. And when he was reading to her, I was like, oh. And when she asked him about God, and he was like really like bonding, it was such a reminder of why they're so close and they're parallel with them both losing someone, her mother, his daughter.
Right.
I was like, oh, I don't want to cry.
And you know what, you guys? I did watch an interview of Justin Cronin, the writer of the book, The Passage, and he was saying how all along it's been a father and daughter story. That's how it started. He actually started this book with his daughter when she was like 8 years old, and they went on a walk. And he's like, let's write a novel together. And she's like, well, I want it to be about a girl who saves the world. And this is how this came along. So I thought that it's perfect for this. And it's kind of modeled after King Lear. So that's as well as a father-daughter type of Shakespearean story. So this is the theme. You're right. You don't leave me. I don't leave you. That's what daddies need to be saying all to their daughters. And that's what Brad is saying to Amy. And I'm in love.
And oh my gosh, I'm about to throw one out as well. One last thing, just about the kind of that whole scene about them hiding out at Lacey's place, and when the Clark and his boys roll up. And did you guys notice just even at the end when Brad went out, just kind of how I was looking at Lila, like how she was still hanging back with Amy. And I don't know, I could just tell, like, it just seemed in her face, like, kind of something came over her. I don't know if she got back in parent mode, too, but she was kind of looking like, Amy, we might have to break out. You know? And I was like, it seemed like she was ready to be like, look, he goes out there, we got to go. You know? And I was just like, man, because, you know, up until now, she's been so just like, oh, caring. You know, but it seemed like she has that part in her, too. Like, hey, if we got to go survive. Like, we, you know, he told us to run. We gotta go, you know.
But
so
she
I'm
wants
like,
another baby. She's, you know, she said that's the only reason why she's with poor Dave is because she wants another baby. So I love how that switch just flips for both of them as soon as they're around Amy. So I thought it was so beautiful.
Such a cute little
But
girl.
before we move off of that too, one last thing. Did you guys see how Clark and Brad had that little moment where he's like, I will kill you? Are they friends? Let's be serious, guys. Do you guys feel the animosity, or am I just being really petty?
Oh no,
that's not petty at all.
I definitely do. That's why I said I want to find out what that background or what
Is it
causing
Lila?
that.
I think it's Lila.
Yeah.
It's always a
Always
girl.
Lila.
See,
Or a
and I
love
would
interest of
if
some
it is,
sort.
I was thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe if Clark was with her and then Brad
That's what I
swooped in,
think,
and
yeah.
that's why he's like,
Because it's always
you
the
know.
one that lost the girl
Right,
that
it's the one
stay
who got
mad.
All right, well, we can move on
So
now.
she chose me, you know. Like, I don't know what
to tell you, Brad.
Here we go. Well, before we move on, we do have a little announcement that we want to get out to you guys.
Hey guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate your supporting us and doing what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends, family, everybody you know, get on the AfterBuzz TV train and just buzz with us.
Like
There
it,
we
like
go.
it.
That's what I'm talking about. Buzz with us. And give us 5 stars. So one of the second stories that was going on in the show tonight, Dr. Jonas and Dr. Fanning.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of get a little bit of history in terms of, first of all, how they got down to the cave, and then kind of like the little beef that they got going, going on.
deal.
So, I mean, kind of what did you guys, what do you think about that?
That ain't no little beef. That's a that's a quarter pounder and a half right now because let me tell you, last week I was so wrong, you guys. Let me tell you, I'm innocent. Because I was like, he is so sweet. He put his hand over the blood. That's because he's guilty. He drug Dr. Fanning down there. Dr. Fanning did not want to go there. Dr. Fanning wanted to use Dr. Fanning did get a little evil after that. But before he didn't want to go, Dr. Lear was all crazy about it. We got to control this. I got to show you what I found out. My wife has Alzheimer's. He lost sight of the plan. He was so focused on this one person that he sacrificed a lot of other people. And Dr. Tim is looking for revenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give Dr. Tim Fanning that pass. I'm just not going to do it because it did not take, it wasn't even a hard push. It was a little elbow nudge, like you want to do this? And he's like, nah. My wife got Alzheimer's. Okay. It wasn't even a hard push. True. And you went from just no to Department of Defense. Come on.
Okay, that part got
no
me.
pass.
Right.
When he
no
said
pass.
the word,
Like strippers.
he said, let's get with the people who make the rules so we can break them.
Yeah. And you trying to
wasn't
give
right.
him a pass.
I gave him a baby pass, you guys. I'm just saying, I didn't know that Dr. Lear was doing it like that, talking about let's keep it controlled. What do you think those words mean? Let's keep it controlled, meaning AKA if there is a disease going on, let's control it so that we can do, propaganda and all that.
Profit off
get their
it.
money.
So they're both pretty bad.
Man.
I noticed his eyes perked up the minute he said Elizabeth was sick. I think that there was a whole thing between them because the look on his face and the wife was like, I don't want you talking to him. I want you to spend time with me.
Oh.
You know how he is. She was like, no,
woman
there was
coming in
something.
between.
See, y'all got to just one girl at a time.
She went from Mr. Bad, wanting to like flirt and make money with no moral compass, to the good guy. The good guy. Because of his love.
Y'all are giving all kinds of passes and just like,
Well, I think going forward, it's gonna get real because, like you said, with the way he was talking to Carter, he's like, I got a message for give Dr. Lear this message or whatever.
Yes.
So I think as he goes around, start his reign of terror, or whatever, it's personal.
see
I
the
got
levels.
two questions for our fifth person out there, all of our people. Is he the leader? Is Dr. Fanning the leader, or is Shawna Babcock the leader? Because she's always there. Even though Dr. Fanning is the one doing the talking, she's like...
Well, given the love triangles we've seen, I'm thinking Miss Babcock gonna be the one that's leading it in a minute.
Well,
But-
his message to Dr. Lear was, you already saved the world, or you already helped the world. Now just see what happens when you get in hell.
Okay, she hadn't. Right?
Very rude.
Right.
Disrespectful.
I think Dr. Lear I don't think Dr. Fanning plans to bite Dr. Lear. He wants him to see what he's done.
Oh, that's that evil genius kind of thing.
Man,
I
so
can
many
appreciate that.
so many good things. That's why I'm just like, I can't wait to see what
That scene kind of troubled me though, because when I got the whole playing it up and here's this sexy woman and the bartender scene, that's kind of one of the, but you just gonna let old girl reach all in your mouth and pull your tooth out though? You just gonna let her reach in your mouth?
Wait a minute.
No.
Nasty and not hygienic at all.
Right, you didn't even know hand sanitizer, and then you just gonna reach in my which actually brings me to the third topic. Let's talk about Carter becoming the viral and that scene, the jacket, because yes, that was a real moment right there. Because like you said, not only was it just looking at she's this is how you pay, like taking the, but for me, I was looking like, you just gonna let her? I mean, because that's not something you could do quick. I mean, her fingers were in there for like a little bit, like, let me pull those out. I'm like, come on, man. I would have been like, get your hand out of my.
Did she eat it? Like, she was over there wiping her mouth after.
I think she
She
had
licked the blood.
from,
She needs to calm.
Oh, she ate his
calm
tooth. I would be
herself
like,
down.
oh my goodness, like, woman, you crazy.
Now, according to the live chat, she's supposed to be a man. She's a man in the book.
Right.
How do you guys feel about that change up? I think
like
a
it.
woman is, you know, we might not have well, it's not all of us, but because Ronda Rousey could beat up everybody. But so not all of us have the physical strength of men, but I think we have more
prowess.
Thank you, girl. See, that's teamwork make the dream work.
It makes the dream work. I think that she is playing the role quietly right now, but because her character in the book is the most psycho of the 12, I am looking forward to some craziness from her. We already got to see a little bit of something today when she decided to
I was going to say, that was not quiet.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Let me show you how this gonna go down, you know?
You keep banging on that gate if you want to.
But speaking of Anthony, even before that, he's already suspicious. And he's actually defiant. I call him the 3 eyes. Okay, guys? He is intelligent. He is inquisitive. And he is an independent thinker. She said, it'll be best if you do what Dr. Fanning said. And he said, I'm good on that. Although he did pay with his tooth.
Right.
He still made his own decision, and he was the only person I've seen resist anything within these dreams. So maybe he's stronger because he's younger. So this is we're starting to see some, like, I can overpower you because you are a viral, but I'm a better viral.
And when he walked in, he saw the 2 white people. Was like,
see, girl,
I know. And he's like, you can't tell me nothing. This isn't slavery, Civil War. We are what?
I'm not drinking that. I'm not drinking it.
Don't tell me do nothing. Don't tell me do nothing.
And I'm thinking, like you said, in terms, especially the dreams that Dr. Fanning's coming with through Carter, and because, you know, they keep talking about, like, oh, how'd you feel? Like, yeah, I could do 6 miles off. I wonder if he's just going to be, like, almost like a superior, like, specimen that, like, Dr. Fanning's like, man, if I want to do some damage, I can go through Carter and get some, you know, whether it's biting folks or, you know, I don't know, maybe because, you know, just almost like in Get Out when the people were like, hey, we use the younger bodies, you know, the people wanted to do
well, as my grandmother used to say, you got another think coming.
Right?
Okay? Because Mr. Anthony is not playing. He isn't like, listen, I don't know what you guys are going through. He even told Dr. Lear, listen, I need something for these dreams.
Yeah, because I got to keep a boy out my head.
See, and I don't know if that's the thing, because they'll be like, oh, okay, we got something for you. And then they shoot him up with some other stuff. And, you know, I don't know.
But he knows what's up. The doctor was like, so specifically, what did he say in these dreams? Like, he knows what's up.
Right. Well,
I also think Anthony's not, I think he was put in jail. He's innocent because he doesn't have the evil background that most of them have. Because Dr. Fanning was greedy, Miss Psycho Killer. The other ones seem to be killers. I think he was like an innocent project anyways on death row. I think he has a morality that's not going to be like, I'm not biting no child, I ain't doing this, and y'all can't tell me nothing.
We got a point in the live chat that made me go, oh, apparently the janitor is a pedophile.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Get him, Shawna.
wait a minute, what's the one who got the
It says the
bit or the one that got his phone?
Okay, so Ivan, please elaborate. Which janitor? The janitor that got bit or the janitor that was kind of shaking and a little...
I bet the
because I bet it's the gentler one of the two.
He was like kind of.
Please don't be the
gentle
gentle one.
Yeah,
Nobody got time for a gentle pedophile.
Oh no!
Listen, you guys. Speaking of the chat, I want to say something. Somebody last time gave me a little thing that made me go. She said, "I'm sorry, I don't remember your name right now." She said, "What if Anthony is Amy's father?"
Ooh,
we don't know who Amy's father is.
That's how we do.
Yes, and
that's how we do.
Also, I want to shout out that a lot of people are comparing this show to The Last of Us video game or something like that. And I'm not a gamer, but do you guys think I can play that? Like, let's all get together and play that. You guys out there, our fifth panelists out there, we're going to come up with a time where we all going to play this game. I suck. I'll be dead in the first round. I'll watch y'all.
Oh, the janitor that wasn't bitten is the pedophile. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm sad about that.
Man, we will have to keep an eye on that.
Yes,
you know,
I knew because he kind of got that.
like his voice, the way he was talking.
Like, where's the playground? He's not. He's suspicious.
I said he's on that medication they give pedophiles to make them
maybe
have those evil thoughts.
Well, like I said, this was definitely just a juicy episode. Lots of it for us to chew on. So I was like, man, I'm just like, once again, just excited for next week and, going forward. So like I said, all the stuff you guys in the live chat, like I said, keep giving us. I love the info that you guys give us, or insights, for those of you who are who are in the know. So
can we get a few seconds to just shout out?
Yeah,
a
let's
few
shout
people?
out some
Let's
folks.
give some
Yes,
shout outs.
of
We love
course.
you guys so much. Give us thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel.
Yes, we have some good. We have Ivan Soto, of course. Hey, how you doing, Ivan?
Hey, Ivan.
I don't know if this is Mopic 312 or Mopic 312, but shouts out to you too because that was the one that
Tanya, I know you in there.
said. Is Tanya in here?
Yes.
I did see a couple of other people. Dancer Fruit 2 says poor Dave. You know, she feeling bad
Dave.
for the guys.
Indeed.
But you know, there's a lot of you guys in there. If I didn't get to,
Thank you, guys.
please, thank you so much. You
Thanks
guys
again,
are awesome.
you guys. You guys are a great, like I said, great live chat and with the comments. So keep them coming.
Yes.
So we're gonna move into our news and gossip for this week.
TV News.
Hello. It's your girl, Shawna O, and I'm here just to give you a few little tidbits about The Passage, which is our show, okay? The first thing I want to say is it is official, okay? Because I know last time we were a little confused about the name. I said bloodsuckers. What'd you say?
I might have said vampires.
He said vampires.
You know.
It is official. They're called virals. I got it straight from the source. Twitter, that is, okay? So if you don't believe me, the receipts are right there on that screen. Moving on, I want to tell you that Justin Cronin, our lovely author of The Passage, highly approves of the adaptation, the cast choices as well. As you can see, they look so cute together. Look at these two. And I'm sure it makes every single thing run so smoothly on set. Sanaya raves about him. Our leading lady, speaking of her, she may be new to the game, but she is getting to work, okay? I just saw an awesome trailer for this upcoming film called Fast Color about 3 generations of black women who are superhuman.
Nice.
And they have to protect themselves, so like they're superheroes. She's starring alongside heavy hitters Gugu Mbatha Raw, who is from Beyond the Lights, and Lorraine Toussaint from Orange is the New Black. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited to go support that. That's going to be March 29th, okay?
Yay.
Last but not
Yes.
least, I want to talk a little bit about Mckinley Belcher III, who plays our lovely Anthony Carter. He is actually from Atlanta, a few miles away from where they filmed the show. He humbly called it a full circle moment and talked about how his parents are so proud of him. And I just thought that was really cool. I mean, honestly, I'm proud of him too. We're rooting for you. We
Yes.
are proud of you on this show. And it's always good to see someone humble and who's really excited. Last bit of news I want to let you guys know is we have a live chat going on every single time, so you can always join it. Also, subscribe, like, give us a thumbs up. That stuff is so important to us. And until next time.
What is
Thank you.
Oh, I hear myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Is that,
Sounding good.
I don't know where that's coming from, but hey.
All right. Well, let's thank you for the news update, Ms. Shawna.
Yes.
You are quite welcome.
So let's get into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So let's start with Shawna to the left. What do you think what are your predictions going forward?
Okay, furthermore, did they ever give me a name for this ship? Did we figure out?
Oh,
Viola?
you still looking for a name?
Okay,
That'll be
well,
our project for next week.
Please give it to me. Give it to me, y'all. That ship is going to finally happen. We know that they kissed. I think that it's going to be them from now on. It's going to be like a family show now. They're going to be running on the run together. I see that we are going to get to see some evolution of the virals. I'm ready for that. And I'm starting to see Dr. Sykes is going to get a chance to talk to Amy. So let's see if what she's saying is real or if it's fake, because I don't know if I like her yet.
Ooh, okay. I think there's going to be some real consequences for Dr. Sykes because she kind of went into it just blindly and like you're sacrificing a kid. So I think there's going to be some dynamic between her and Dr. Lear because he went into it for the wrong reasons too. His wife specifically said, I want you to stay with me. I'm about to lose my mind. I want you to stay with me. And so he went against the love wishes. She's going against the ethics. At some point in the show, obviously, I don't know when, but at some point in the show, they're going to catch a bad one, a real bad one.
Hopefully.
I think there's so much going to be going on next week. I think the big thing is that the virals are going to start escaping and start infecting people. And I wonder if Dr. Fanning is going to try and get out and find Elizabeth. Bite her, because then she'll be cured.
There we go.
Ooh, that is a really good one.
My prediction, I want to see, just at least in the trailer, that when they showed them putting the stuff in Amy or giving her a shot of this, I want to see what's going to become of that. You know, is she just going to get all kind of crazy powers, or like what's going to happen. So
it's a big injection too. Y'all can't start with a smaller injection and work up.
But
That's a lot.
Will Dr. Tim be able to get into her mind? Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh, that's crazy.
it's a lot
Yes.
going on. So you guys going to have to tune in.
Yes.
So that's our show. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Again, we really appreciate you guys so much being active in the chat.
Yes.
We're up here. We love watching it. So like I said, so next week, like I said, tune in. Let's everybody give out just a quick where everybody can find you real quickly.
Well, you can find me all over the internet at DShawnaO. And how about you, Liv?
You can find me on all things social media at JRay the Fanatic.
You can find me Twitter and Instagram, Cherry_LA.
And you can find your boy Tenere Williams on Instagram and Twitter at TenereW. That's TenereW. So again, you guys have a great week, and comment all week because we'll be in there.
Yes,
you
we
know
will.
I'm firing in some
Yes.
comments. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.